Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking about getting started with Transmog. Now that being the case, let's get into the video. Okay, so basically what I intend to do with this video for Monday is to give you guys an underlying quick concept of how Transmog is actually done and how we would pick a server, how we would actually go about selling our Transmog, and why we are going to need a variety and all that jazz in a quick summarization. I have done a longer video on Transmog which you are feel free to use, but this one is actually scripted and will tell you the underlying theme of Transmog. So I have written this out and I'm about to read it. So that being the case, let's go. Okay, getting started with Transmog. To get started with Transmog, you are going to need a specific farming character. I will go on to say that I recommend using either a Demon Hunter, Monk, Rogue and or Mage. These classes have high AoE ability and along with high speed movement. Most Transmog farms are done by farming up old instances, which requires you to have high movement speed in order to clear the instance faster, and along with that, the high burst damage will provide you with the mobs to be cleared even faster than usual. Moving on to which types of Transmog farms you should be doing, I have provided 8 Transmog farms to bulk out your auction house. Most Transmog auctions tend to sell rather slow. This is because Transmog is used for changing the character's appearance. So that being said, they tend to sell slower because the potential buyers are looking for a certain appearance. This is why selling Transmog is quote unquote hard to sell, but this is not the case. Transmog is easy to sell, it just depends on the variety of appearances you are selling. This is why you will need to bulk out your auction house with as many appearances as you possibly can. By doing this, you will gain more sales on a daily basis. The minimum amount of auctions needed to gain regular sales would be around 1,500 to 2,000 auctions. Some vary and say it's about 1,000 auctions, but I say about 1,500 due to the way I sell Transmog. To gain these amounts of Transmog, I suggest running each Transmog farm listed below, averaging on 4 hours for each to bulk out your auction house. Now, Transmog selling is not for everyone because it is a long-term game, but if the effort is put in or invested, you will see a long-term gold each and every week, equaling in more gold as opposed to doing a gathering farm which sells fast but for less gold than the Transmog. Now, we're going to get on to picking a server. Now, picking a server in which you are looking to sell your Transmog requires you to put it bluntly, use logic. For Transmog, appearance is everything. So that being the case, would you not think that a role-playing server would call for it? RP servers tend to get more sales of Transmog due to the characters wanting to be unique. This gives us the opportunity to sell Transmog to them in a way of providing large amounts of appearances for these characters. This is why Transmog sells better on these realms, due to the high demand of uniqueness for their characters. Now, that is basically what I have written about Transmog, and it's a quick amalgamation of what Transmog is and why are we going to sell it. And I wanted to give this overview today just because it gives you a bottom line on where to start with the Gold Cap Challenge, which is obviously every Wednesday. Now, I wanted to cover this mainly so everyone is on the same page for the Gold Cap Challenge. So if you're following along and doing all these farms to hit Gold Cap as well, then I would suggest giving you guys just a bit of context behind each farm we're doing. And what we're doing is gathering professions and Transmog farming, and we're only doing this with one character, so I wanted to give you guys a nice little bit of context for the Transmog, and I will be doing one for the gathering professions, which there is actually a fair amount to gathering professions if you dig deep. Now obviously I mentioned that there are some farms listed below. This is because I'm reading this off of my own website, which is, I'm going to show it right now, theunderratedpixel.com, and pretty much the farms are there. I have 8 farms in which you can do. It lists out the gold per hour. Remember, this is looted item value, and it will give you a nice overall idea on how much you're going to roughly get every hour for your transmog farms. Gives you a nice little bit of context with the actual farming route maps, which I have provided on the website as well, and you will be able to farm up these like dungeons in order to get started with your transmog farming and all that stuff. The actual website in question, if you go to on the website DalaGG, it will show you a getting started page, a battle pet farms, which will provide you with battle pet farms that I personally recommend, and gathering, transmog and professions. This will give you a nice overview on what I recommend, what I personally think is probably the best farms that I personally would recommend. So that being the case, guys, I hope that you have liked this video, and Wednesday weekly gold, or the gold cap challenge most predominantly, it will be out on Wednesday. A nice little update. It's actually doing rather well, so rather happy, and I will show you guys it on Wednesday. So that being the case, guys, have a lovely rest of the day, and I shall see you on Wednesday. Take it easy.